Hey guys, in this week's tip, we're going to continue with our series on promotions within SMS. I think after you view this video, you're going to be pretty excited about what you see because this one is really pretty cool. The inspiration for this week's tip came from a discussion I had this past week with a group of retailers. Now that particular discussion centered around limiting or restricting the functionality of the system at given periods of time during the week. Within SMS, we can do that. But that's when it hit me, and voila, you've got this week's tip of the week. So at a basic level, what we're going to do this week is take the restriction functionality within SMS and flip it on its end. The power is pretty amazing when it's applied to the couponing system. So instead of blacklisting certain items, or coupons in this case, we're going to whitelist those coupons, meaning that they're allowed during these specific times. Let's jump into this, and I think you'll see what I mean. So we're not going to reinvent the wheel and redo a coupon that we already know how to do. I just picked one from one of the past tips of the weeks, and we're going to focus on our Pick 5 promotion. You know, the one where you pick 5 varieties of variable weight meat within the meat subdepartment, and you get that whole bundle for $26.99. Now the cool thing about what we're going to do this week is we're actually going to make 2 additional coupon item numbers and 2 additional coupons for the Pick 5 promotion. And then we're going to assign those to specific days of the week. Here, let me show you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up our restriction table within SMS. To do that, go into the auxiliary menu and you'll see it right here, restrictions. That's going to pull up a table, and I'm going to drag it right over here to the right so we can see it a little bit better. So I've got an example of a restriction here so we can review what this table is all about. This is a pretty common one in my neck of the woods, and if we expand it, you'll see what I mean. Basically what this is creating a unique ID right here, the level, for a descriptor for our restriction, in this case alcoholic beverage sales, and we cannot sell those during our open business hours on Sunday. So to do that, we just go into the day of Sunday, we double click, and it brings up the clock like you've seen in a lot of the other videos. Now what happens now is when we assign this restriction, this unique ID, to items or maybe our beer and wine subdepartment, that prevents those items from being scanned at the register during these hours. To do that, you just come over to the POS table on the items, and you come down here to this restrictor field, and if you double click on it, you'll see you'll get the table that pops up here that you can pick whatever restrictor that you want. Now the power of this is we're going to go create a couple new ones here for our coupons, and we're going to treat this in a more positive way. Here, let me show you. So what we're going to do is take everybody's favorite Pick 5 promo coupon here, and we're just going to morph it a bit. To do that, I'm going to come over here to the POS description. I'm going to add something to it. I'm going to say it's my Pick 5 promo, but guess what? It's for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, that's going to be pretty interesting here. What we're going to do is we're going to add a restriction. So I'm going to come over here to the restrictor table. I'm going to go ahead and click the add button, and I'm going to assign it code number 1, and I'm going to call this my Pick 5 Monday, Wednesday, Friday restriction. Then I'm going to go ahead and expand that field, and then we're going to do some pretty cool stuff. So what we're going to do is go ahead and set this coupon up to run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it's going to be pretty self-explanatory once we get into this thing. But the one key is I'm going to go ahead and put in my start time and my end time for Monday, and then we'll just assume that Wednesday and Friday are the same. So instead of making this a blacklisted function within SMS, meaning I can't use it, I'm going to click this little radio button right here that says this is a permission and not a restriction. What this little button is going to do is say, okay, this promotion, my Pick 5 meat promo for Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a $26.99 bundle is only good in these hours, Monday and Wednesday and Friday, if I were to put them in here. Now, if I were to go ahead and save that and then come over to the coupon item that we already have set up, come to the restrictor field, double click on it, and go ahead and select from the list Pick 5 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now once I do that, we're almost ready to go. Now the last step in this process is to actually deploy the restriction to the lanes. To do that, under our preference menu, we go to deploy auxiliary, and then what I'm going to do in my case is I'm just going to pick the restrictions that I got to deploy. You're probably already used to this, but pick your restrictions, go ahead and set those up. It's going to get a confirmation. Do you want it to deploy? Yes. You want to do the additions only, add and replace, all that sort of stuff you're probably used to. Go ahead and deploy that out to the lane. Now, what has happened? What we have told the system to do is anytime somebody brings up 5 items from the meat subdepartment on Monday between 6 and 11, our normal operating hours, they're going to get this bundled price of $26.99. Well, who cares? Why is that any different from what we did the last time? Here, let me show you. Okay, so through the magic of television, I went ahead and set this up a little bit nicer for everybody so you can see the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday hours for this coupon that we set up here. Now, the real power isn't just an extra step in setting up the Pick 5 promo. It's to, well, let me scroll down here a little bit. It's to set up two new coupons, one for the Pick 5 on Tuesday and Thursday, and a separate one for the Pick 5 on Saturday and Sunday. Why did I do that? Well, I know Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I've got pretty good traffic. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my worst days in my meat department, so I wanted to encourage customers to come in. How did I do it? I made the Pick 5 a little bit better deal, $22.99 instead of $26. I also know that on Saturday and Sunday, everybody's coming in for those weekend steaks and burgers and all that good stuff. And I don't think I'm going to affect my traffic if I raise the price and make a little bit more money. So that's what I'm doing. Now look over here on the restriction table. I went ahead and set these up as a whitelist, so they're permissions. My Monday, Wednesday, Friday price in my coupon is set up here, as you can see. If I scroll down, I got my Tuesday and Thursday that will only work on Tuesday and Thursday during these hours. And I scroll down again, my Saturday and Sunday only works on Saturday and Sunday during these hours. Now that's pretty darn cool. One promotion, three simple items that are set up exactly the same but have different prices to encourage customer behavior. Now let me hop over to the POS and show you how this is really impacted, because I'm actually recording this on a Tuesday. So let's see what happens. So I hopped over into the POS, and you can see it's Tuesday, May the 6th, and we're going to go ahead and ring up a Pick 5. Now, if you don't believe me, you can go look at the other Pick 5 promotional video we did, and you can see that we picked the 5 items from our meat sub department, and it rang up at $26.99. But we did these restriction ideas that we're working on today, and let's see what happens. Now, one thing to note, restrictions don't work when you're logged in as a manager or an owner or something like that, the higher levels of security. Restrictors only work when you're logged in as a cashier or lower level security. So I'm logged in here as a cashier, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my Pick 5. You guys have seen this before. I'm going to pick some boneless chicken. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick some pork butt, and then let me pick a third item. Let's go with some ribs, and then, you know what, I'm a burger guy, but I want some good ground chuck. That sounds pretty good. And the last item I'm going to take is my tenderloin steak here. Now you can see my items rang up as $36.85 at regular pricing. Now it's Tuesday, and if everything works as planned, I'm going to hit the subtotal key, we'll fire off an electronic coupon, and there you go. Look at that, $22.99. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, one last step, just so you don't think I'm crazy. I went ahead and got my DeLorean-based time machine, and I sped up to Saturday, May the 10th. I rang up the same items, haven't touched my system at all other than changing that date, and if all goes well, when I hit the subtotal key, our Pick 5 should, oh yeah, there it goes, $29.99. Now remember, I did this because I know on Saturday and Sunday, everyone comes in to buy meat for those weekend barbecues, and I don't think I'm going to affect traffic all that much. So I raised my price up a little bit to get some more margin out of that. You can see the electronic coupon applied right here. Now just think of the power of what we've done. Well, that's it for this week's tip. Hopefully this week we share with you some ways to take those already successful promotional ideas and stick them on steroids and make them even more effective than ever. After all, the whole point is to change and adjust customer behavior to do whatever it is that you want them to do. Until next time, have a great day.